Hello, how are you? I hope you are super fine, guys. Welcome to another great lesson in English. I'm Teacher Guy from Simple Everyday English, the place where you don't just learn English, but you learn how to speak English effectively with confidence and fluency. This is the second part of our series about article, and today we are going to focus on the indefinite article some and the definite article de. But before jumping into the lesson, if you appreciate what we're doing here, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it massively. In the first part of this series, we saw the indefinite articles a and an. If you haven't watched it yet, you can click on the link here to watch it. In that lesson, we said that a and an were used for the singular form. But what about the plural form? The plural form of a and an is some, which is used to indicate an unspecified, limited amount of something. You can use some in two cases. The first one is with countable nouns. So those nouns that you can count with numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. And you can also use it with uncountable nouns. So those nouns you can't count with numbers. Okay? Great. Now let's have some examples with the countable nouns. Car. When you say a car, in the plural it becomes some cars. Okay? And in a sentence, if I say I saw a car in the parking, it's unspecific, right? Now, what is the plural of this sentence? The plural of this sentence is I saw some cars in the parking. I saw some cars in the parking. Unspecific, right? Unspecific, we don't have any information about the cars. Unspecific, limited amount of cars, because the number of cars is not infinite, it's limited. Okay, great. And something you can say is that car is a countable noun. You can say one car, two cars, three cars, and so on. So here you have a car, in the plural it becomes some cars. The same happens to boy. Okay, there is a boy in the classroom. We don't know anything about the boy. We don't know the boy you are talking about. Okay, so it's unspecific. Okay, what does it become in the plural? In the plural, it becomes there are some boys in the classroom. Okay, there are some boys in the classroom. Even in this case, we are dealing with a countable noun. One boy, two boys, three boys, and so on. There are some boys in the classroom. Unspecific, limited amount of something. In this case, the number of boys is limited. It's not infinite. Now let's go with the case of uncountable nouns. Okay? What are some uncountable nouns that you know? We have water, wine, salt, rice, and so on. Okay? Great. How do you use some with these nouns? You can say some wine, some rice, some water. Okay, you don't say a rice, you don't say a water. Even the plural, you can't say you can't put s to these nouns. You can't say some waters, no. You can't say some rices, no. You can't say some salts. You can't say some wines, no. Okay, great. So in a sentence, it will be there is some wine in the fridge. It's not specific. Okay, we don't know which wine I'm talking about. The amount of wine is not unlimited. Now let's talk about the definite article de. You use de with any noun, be it singular, plural, countable, uncountable, when the identity of that noun, when the identity of the thing you are talking about is known by the person you are talking to. Okay? You use the when the person you are talking to knows something about what you are talking about. Alright? When the person you are talking to has a prior information about the thing you are talking about. You use the when you are talking about something specific. Example, when I say, I will give you the book, it means you know the book I'm talking about. You know the book I'm going to give you. Okay? Conversely, when I say, I will give you a book, it means you don't know anything about the book I'm talking about. It might be any book, depending on my choice, on my will. Now let's see 3 situations in which you can use the. The first situation is when a particular noun has already been mentioned previously. Example, I ate an orange yesterday. The orange was juicy and delicious. You can see that when I say the orange was juicy and delicious, I'm talking about the orange I ate yesterday, right? So you already have the previous information about the object, about the thing I'm talking about. I've given you the prior information about that thing I'm talking about. And that information is that I ate it yesterday. Okay? Great. The second situation is when an adjective, a phrase, or a clause describing the noun clarifies or restricts the identity of the noun. Okay? Let's have an example. Thanks for the advice you gave me yesterday. You have the, right? The advice. And which advice am I talking about? I'm talking about the advice you gave me yesterday. Okay? So the sentence, or let's say the clause you gave me yesterday clarifies the identity of the noun I'm talking about, the identity of the advice. Okay? Thanks for the advice you gave me yesterday. Let's have another example. The girl sitting next to me raised her hand. Which girl am I talking about? I'm talking about the girl sitting next to me. Okay? So this clause clarifies the identity of the girl. Okay? I'm not talking just about any girl, but I'm talking about this girl, the girl sitting next to me. I hope you're understanding, guys. Let me know in the comments if what I'm explaining is all clear for you. Now, the third situation in which you can use the article the is when the noun refers to something or someone that's unique. Okay, guys? Example, the theory of relativity. That's something unique, right? The 2020 presidential elections. Okay, it's something unique, all right? Great. The last thing to remember about the is that you can use it with United Nations, United Countries, example, the United States of America, okay? You can also use it with rivers, with deserts, with oceans, with mountain ranges, and so on. Example, the Kilimanjaro, okay? The Kilimanjaro. The Mediterranean Sea, okay guys? The Atlantic. So that's all about the definite article the. Last but not the least, guys, there are some cases in which you need to use no article. Okay? No article. So, some situations like when you have plural countable nouns or any uncountable nouns with the meaning of or in general. Okay, let me give you an example. When I say trees are beautiful in the fall, the meaning of this sentence, what I mean by this sentence is that all trees are beautiful in the fall. So in this case, I use no article. I just say trees are beautiful in the fall. And the person you are talking to understands that you are talking about all trees with no exception. Okay? Great. Another example, that guy was asking for advice. In this case, he was asking for advice in general. Okay? Not a specific advice, but in general. Another sentence, when I say I don't like coffee or I don't like wine, what do I mean by this? I mean that I don't like any coffee at all. I don't like any wine at all. Without exception, without any exception. It means all wine, all coffee, zero for me. I don't like. Okay? I don't like wine in general. I don't like all wine, all types of wines. Okay? I don't like coffee in general. I don't like all types of coffee in general. Okay guys, is that clear for you? Great. I hope you keep it in mind. I hope you learn a lot from this lesson. It's long, pretty sure of that, but very important. So guys, it's all for today. I know this lesson was kind of a little bit long, but it was very important to me to give you all the tips concerning the articles. And I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have appreciated this lesson, I will ask you something. Please help us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. So hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and then share the video with as many people as you can. See you next week. Bye-bye.